He penned a song that I'm sure you're aware of. You've seen it. It's in most hymnals throughout our churches. It's called the national anthem. It is our song as an American.
Okay.
We go, however, to a ball game. We stand in our church services and we sing the words of that song, and they float over our minds and our lips, and we don't even realize what we're singing. Most of us have memorized it as a child, but we've never really thought about what it means when it comes to the story. Francesca was a lawyer in Baltimore. The colonies were engaged in vicious conflict.
It's like the White House.
With the mother country, Britain. Because of this conflict and the protractedness of it, they had accumulated prisoners on both sides. The American colonies had prisoners and the British had prisoners. And the American government initiated a move. They went to the British and they said, let us negotiate for the release of these prisoners. They said, we want to send a man out to discuss this with you. They were holding the American prisoners in boats about 1,000 yards offshore. And they said, we want to send a man by the name of Francesca. He will come out and negotiate to see if we can make a mutual exchange. On the appointed day in a rowboat, he went out to this boat and he negotiated with the British officials.
I love
he
this
reached the
dream.
conclusion that men could be exchanged on a one-for-one basis. Francesca, jubilant with the fact that he'd been successful, went down below in the boats, and what he found was a cargo hold full of humanity, men. And he said, men, I've got news for you tonight. You're free. He said, tonight I have negotiated successfully your return to the colonies. He said, you'll be taken out of this boat, out of this filth, out of your chains. As he went back up on board to arrange for their passage to the shore, the admiral came and he said, we have a slight problem. He said, we will still honor our commitment to release these men, but it'll be merely academic after tonight. It won't matter. Francesca said, what do you mean? He said, well, Mr. Key, he said, tonight we have laid an ultimatum upon the colonies. Your people will either capitulate and lay down the colors of that flag that you think so much of, or you see that fort right over there, Fort Henry? He said, we're going to remove it from the face of the earth.
Oh, my goodness.
He said, how are you going to do that? He said,
He
if you will, scan the horizon of the sea. And as he looked, he could see hundreds of little dots. And he said, that's the entire British war fleet.
Oh, wow.
He said, all of the gunpowder, all of the armament is being called upon to demolish that fort. It will be here within striking distance in a matter of about 2.5 hours. He said, the war is over. These men will be free anyway. He said, you can't shell that fort. He said, that's a large fort. He said, it's full of women and children. He says, it's predominantly not a military fort. They said, don't worry about it. They said, we've left them a way out. He said, what's that? He said, do you see that flag way up on the rampart? He said, we have told them that if they will lower that flag, the shelling will stop immediately. And we'll know that they've surrendered.
Oh, wow.
And you'll now be under British rule. Francesca went down below and told them what was about to happen.
Only 15 colonies or something back in the day?
And they said, how many ships? He said, hundreds.
Hundreds full of prisoners.
The ships got closer. Francesca went back up on top and he said, men, I'll shout down to you what's going on as we watch. As twilight began to fall, and as the haze hung over the ocean as it does at sunset, suddenly the British war fleet unleashed. He says the sound was deafening. There were so many guns that there were no reliefs. He said it was absolutely impossible to talk or hear. He said suddenly the sky, although dark, was suddenly lit. And he says from down below, all he could hear the men, the prisoners, saying was, tell us where the flag is.
Oh, my God.
What have they done with the flag? Is the flag still flying over the rampart? Tell us.
Flag means a lot, doesn't it?
1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours into the shelling.
Oh, my goodness.
Every time the bomb would explode and it would be close to the flag, they could see the flag in the illuminated red glare of that bomb. And Francesca would report down below, it's still up. It's not down.
The
The Admiral said, your people are insane. He said, what's the matter with them? He said, don't they understand this is an impossible situation? Francesca said he remembered what George Washington had said. He said the thing that sets the American Christian apart from all other people in the world is he will die on his feet before he'll live on his knees.
You got hope.
The Admiral said we have now instructed all of the guns to focus on the rampart and take that flag down. He said, we don't understand something. Our reconnaissance tells us that flag has been hit directly again and again, yet it's still flying. We don't understand. He said the thing that sets the American Christian apart. But he said, now we're about to bring every gun into the next 3 hours to bear on that point. Francesca said the barrage was unmerciful.
Oh my goodness.
Imagine being in the fort.
Admiral said we have now instructed all of the guns down in the rampart to take that flag down. He said, we don't understand something. Our reconnaissance tells us that flag has been hit directly again and again and again, yet it's still flying. We don't understand that. Sunrise. But he said, now we're about to bring every gun. He said there was a heavy white land
Still standing.
There stood the flag, completely nondescript. The flag pulled itself at a crazy angle. The flag was still in the prayer. Francesca went aboard and immediately went into Fort Henry to see what had happened. Sunrise came, and what he found was that flag had suffered repetitious threats. There stood the flag, it had completely nondescript in shreds. But men, the flag pulled itself at a crazy angle. Who knew what it meant? But the flag for that flag to be on the ground. Francesca, knowing that all the British guns went to Fort Henry, walked over and held it up humanly.
Oh, wow.
Until they got that flag had suffered thereby wounded and others took their place. Francesca said what held that flag place was
The American
were
people.
patriots' bodies. For that flag and the song. Oh, say, knowing that all by the Dutch walked over and what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam.
Oh, me neither.
Or the rocket's red glare, bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night said what held that flag was still there.
Oh, wow.
Patriots' bodies. Oh, say, does that star-starred banner yet fly? Say, can you say, for the land of the free, or the land of the free, what so proudly waved at the twilight was demanded. Price, or the price, it was bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet fly?
So proud.
Are you getting
For the land of the free,
Let's switch up in the moon.
the debt was demanded.
Yeah.
The price, it was paid.
Through the pain, this fight for the ramparts we were soon together. And
And as far as like origin stories go, it's probably got to be like this.
So yeah, wow, that's really powerful. I remember the first time I watched it, I got it. It's so patriotic. It's kind of rare over here. It's really sad. And at the end of the Star Spangled Banner, I just want to say, play ball!
It's such a big deal. I have not heard of that's glorious. I get it now. How is it that we, it's living this country,